All right, guys, welcome back to another awesome episode of the Glory Boys podcast.
What up?
And we're on episode 13.
13.
Crazy.
13 big ones.
We've been doing this for 3 months now.
Yeah.
Almost. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously we knew we would get to this eventually, but it's kind of insane to think we've done 13 of these now.
Yep.
Hopefully you're enjoying them.
Yes.
And aren't sick of hearing us talk at this point.
But today is going to be a fun episode. What are we talking about, Austin?
That's right. Today's episode is all about asking the right questions.
Let's
go.
go.
Hit the intro. All right. Today we're talking all about how to ask the right question.
Yeah, questions are very important. The right questions.
That's right.
Sometimes the wrong questions.
Yep.
Because you find out the right answers through those wrong questions.
That's true.
So yeah, they're really, really important. So let's do a little demonstration here.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Darren.
Yeah, what's that?
If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
Porcupines for sure.
Okay. Is cereal soup?
Both.
Why or why not?
Yes.
I feel like technically it is basically soup.
Technically, but it's, well,
What defines soup?
hot.
What about oatmeal?
Oatmeal is not soup,
But it's cereal.
but it's not wet enough.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Question number 3. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
At least 200.
Yeah, I feel like same. Would you rather have no nose or no arms?
No nose.
No nose.
For sure.
Absolutely. 100%.
No arms would suck.
That would be terrible.
If you could be in any movie, what would it be? I don't know.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Sick.
It's an easy one. When I'd be in the...
If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
Pineapple.
Why?
Because I'm spiky on the outside, but sweet on the inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the worst song ever?
Oh, gosh. 1,000 Years by Christina Perri.
No. Baby Shark.
Baby Shark. Yeah. No, there's no contest.
That's the worst.
I agree. Baby Shark.
What is the most boring sport?
Curling.
Nice. What instrument do you think is most annoying?
The oboe.
The oboe?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the woodwind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like...
Yeah, and if you don't know how to play it well and it just screeches,
Even if you do know how to play it well,
it just sounds
it
dumb.
kind of sounds like it's a dying...
That's fair.
It's like one of those chickens, like the rubber chickens that you like, you know, the vine where you push on all of them. It's like...
Look at all them chickens.
That's kind of what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I hate any instrument that's out of tune. It literally makes me want to jump off a bridge. So,
Yep, that's true.
what Disney princess would make the best spy?
Oh, man. Mulan, 100%.
Oh, dude, she would slay.
Is she technically a princess? Disney princess?
I don't think she gets the title princess, but she's a homie, dude. I mean, that movie.
That's probably my favorite Disney princess movie.
What body part would you like to add?
Oh, gosh. I wish I had another arm.
Another arm would be fire.
Yeah, because if you could like run glide cam with 2 arms and then have one arm just pulling focus, that'd be sick.
What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Favorite TV show? Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Nice.
Was one of my favorites for sure growing up.
Man, I liked Fairly Odd Parents.
That was a good one.
Like a lot.
Yep.
I watched every
Large
episode.
fry chocolate shake. Classic.
Vincent Von Strangle.
One time, fun fact, one time I had a nightmare. I remember, this is like one of 5 dreams probably that I still remember to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have been I was pretty young. I still watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but it was about that. I had a nightmare that I went there and they were all closed down and they had like kicked everyone out basically. So like they were all like Mac and Blue were like had their luggage and were like at the front door, but like getting ready to leave forever because Foster's Home was no more. And it was all stormy and like
Dang.
It was all depressing. It was a really sad dream.
Dang.
I remember waking up and like being really sad. You know how dreams do that sometimes.
Oh, for sure. You're like,
Yeah.
that was way too real.
Yep.
Well, that's a great little segue. So as I was prompting these questions and asking you, it got you thinking. It got you thinking about your childhood. It got
Yep.
you thinking about a really significant moment in your life. It got you remembering and feeling like, man, that was really sad, or that was really happy, or I remember that was really fun. That's just really the power behind asking the right questions, asking questions,
Yep.
and just getting to know who you're speaking with.
Yeah. So when we diving in here to the episode,
Yeah.
asking the right questions, this is such a huge part of really determining not only how you're going to work with the client, how you'll gel with them, because that's a big part
Yep.
of it. You know, you have to kind of click with them in some way, shape, or form. So not only does it help you do that, but it also helps you understand their expectations,
Yep.
understand their vision, understand what they're looking to do and what they're paying you for, essentially, at the end of the day. So yeah, we try to ask really good questions from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, a typical client call, we'll walk you through an example of maybe a client call and then a bride. A typical client call, you know, they would call us, and some typical questions that we would ask them. What would some of those be?
Yeah, just what are you looking to do? They kind of explain the vision of the video. We ask, when do they need it done by? So can we do it? Do we have the capacity as a company to take on this project? Is it, you know, needed in a week or 2 months? And then we really like to land on just what is the overall feel and purpose of the video. So is it a marketing piece? Is it just kind of for fun or for web or just to kind of promote the brand? Is there a specific purpose that this video needs to tell?
Yep.
What story does this video need to tell so that it's the most effective for your purpose of why you're hiring us?
Yeah. So we'll always ask those questions.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking to do? What purpose does this have? Because a lot of times a client doesn't really know.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a small to medium-sized business that isn't used to hiring a marketing person or working with an agency.
Yeah.
Kind of that higher level of things. A lot of these smaller companies that we're working with here locally, they don't have a great idea of, and sometimes they haven't even really thought about what is the purpose of this video.
Yeah.
A lot of times they just know they need a video. And so asking questions not only helps us know what the job we're being hired for actually is,
Yeah.
but it helps the client understand what they actually are paying for.
Totally.
And so asking those clarifying questions, what purpose does this video have? We'll get the client thinking. And then from their answers, a lot of times that will give us different ideas. Another question I like to ask is just getting to know the brand. You know, what do you guys do? Yeah. What do you specialize in? What do you want to be known for? And really, that's all vision. That's all kind of missional things related to the client's brand. And again, a lot of times they just don't know it.
Yeah.
Most of the clients that we've worked with up until this point don't have a brand guide. They don't have a mission and vision statement and a super dialed in goal and strategy. So us asking those questions can help us define that for them.
Yeah.
So that we can best create a product that will actually impact their brand. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to produce a video just to make a video for them and then that's the last time we ever work with them.
Yeah.
We want them to see such a big impact from the video that we created that they're coming back to us time and time again.
Totally. No, it's really great. Yeah, I think a lot of times people don't even know who they're identifying as far as who their market is,
Right.
like who their ideal client is. So another question we might ask, depending on the company maybe, is like, who are you selling to? Who's your ideal, person? Is it mostly women? Is it mostly men? Is it this age bracket? Is it this? And so just really breaking down and getting to know the client and the brand really, really helps you in the long run as far as working with them and having a clear vision on the content and the stuff that we're shooting for them.
Totally. Yeah. And another part of it is just building rapport with the client. Yeah. That's a huge thing. building trust. The client can tell if you're thinking from their side, their perspective. And they really, really love it when you're able to take what they give you and then come up with an idea or be able to relate to the brand in some way.
Yeah. I think a lot of times when you're getting into those conversations and you're getting to know the client, they start to feel comfortable. And then you really become from like, you're talking at them, but then you guys actually become on the same team. And then I totally get it. Oh, you do get it. Awesome. We're on the same page. And it really opens up opportunity for trust. And now we're gaining traction. Now they feel like, okay, I can trust these guys. They totally get where I'm coming from, my vision or my lack thereof, and they can help bring vision to the table, and they feel really safe with you. Okay, cool. We're moving forward. We're past the breaking the ice, or are they going to hire us? No, they're going to, because we care that much, because we asked those questions. We got it in front and we said, hey, what's the vision? What's the purpose? And we're going to care so much that we're going to make this stuff happen. And they're going to love that. They're going to be on your side after that.
Yeah. And a big part of that is one recommendation I would give. If you don't understand the client's vision or you don't understand their brand, keep asking questions until you do.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I understand this, but help me understand better why you do this.
Yeah.
And really I feel like what we're digging to get to is why, do you want a video in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Why does your company exist?
Yeah.
Why do you want to market to people? Why do you believe in what you do? Because our clients will sell us on their belief,
right?
And then we believe in their company.
Yep.
And that's a big part of it too. It's really hard to do something for a company that you don't believe in. And every now and then we've had that where it's a job.
And then our passion doesn't really get to be poured into the project as much because we don't really have anything we're going after. There's no really initial goal. And something that comes to mind is we just recently were shooting in a home for another client. We're using the home as the location, shooting this video. Well, there's a couple clients there that were actually selling the home. So a whole different job, a real estate opportunity. We got done shooting and we just asked some good questions. Hey, you're selling this home. Have you shot any video of it? Well, we do sometimes. We're not, well, you know what? We really love shooting beautiful homes and capturing these amazing houses and all the details and putting it together in a really cool, quick little clip with really beautiful music to really help kind of sell the home. We've done it before. We love doing it. We would love to do it for you. Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. Well, they called us the next day and had us come and shoot the home. And I think the difference was we acted like we cared and we just asked the right questions. And the beautiful part was the first initial call with that client, he was telling us why he wanted to capture the video of the home. Yes, to sell it, but there was a little bit more backstory, a little bit more passion and heart behind it. Hey, I want to shoot a video of this house because the owner of this house, husband passed, and this house means the world to her. So they have 3 or 4 little girls that have been growing up in this house, and now their father is no longer there, and she's just having a hard time, letting go of the house. So what I want to do in the selling process is create a really pretty film to make her feel like we care so much about this home. And we were like, oh my goodness, we are so on board. We had so many ideas. There was heart and passion behind the why. Yeah. And that got us going. We were so lit up about this shoot. He's like, yeah, I want to bring this girl and I want her to kind of run through the house and, kind of quote unquote, like relive this moment of growing up in this home. And we were just so on board. It felt kind of like a Hallmark commercial or something, just something that would really pull your heartstrings, that would really be beautiful, not only for who's going to buy the house next, but really for the seller. And she's going to be like, wow, this is really special. And I think we got to that place because we asked the right questions. Yeah. And not only that, then the client had a lot of passion and heart behind it, which in turn allowed us to create something really, really special and that we're going to be super proud of.
Yeah, it's amazing how when you ask the right questions and get people talking about what they're passionate about, it's pretty easy to sell yourself to them. I mean, I learned that, I did sales for a little while, terrible at it. I suck at sales. And I never got into this wanting to sell our services. I don't feel that we have. We've never once been forceful or pushy. Hey, do you want to sign this contract today? Let's get this locked in. Let's do this. Let's move forward.
Yeah, it's just not us.
It's not. And at the end of the day, you asking the right questions shows the client that you care more about their brand than you do just getting the paycheck. If that's your mindset, we want to help you shift to is we're not approaching this as this is a paycheck for us. So, okay, what do you want? Cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Kind of going back even to the last episode, which if you haven't watched, I would highly recommend you check it out. Go back and watch that, going above and beyond. And that's part of it too, asking the right questions, because it, like I said, it shows that you're more interested in finding out what makes the client tick than you are making the paycheck.
Yep.
In the short term, you might, it might be easier. It might be more convenient for you to take that job, spend as little time as possible communicating, get what they want, get it out and send it and be done. But you're limiting yourself on future opportunities by doing that.
Yeah.
By asking great questions, showing the client, hey, I really care about you and above the paycheck that I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I care so much that I'm going to ask you what really you're passionate about. And then I'm going to think through that lens.
Yep.
Cool. How can I take my skills and abilities to make this happen and make it better than you ever thought it would be?
Yeah.
And so that's super important. And we never would have even got that project had you not asked the simple question, hey, you guys are selling the house. Have you thought about doing a video?
Yep.
And I remember he said, yeah, we do videos. We have this guy that we've been working with, but you asking even more questions led him to explain to us the why, like you said. And that's really what you're trying to get down to is why do you want to sell this house this way? Why do you want this to be? And then through that process, we found out, oh, okay, he doesn't just want a house montage. He wants this to be a visual story, which is what we love doing the most.
Yeah.
I would way rather shoot something that is compelling, that has some emotion, that draws somebody to think through, oh, what would this be like if this is my house, than just shoot a house.
Yep.
As soon as you found that out, you went to town on explaining to him that is our forte.
Yeah.
You didn't push it. You weren't salesy about it, but you were passionate about it. Hey, what you're describing to me, this is what we love to do.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it. Tell me why. And so that's a big deal. Asking the right questions. Now I'd love to go just shift gears a little bit into how that applies to a wedding, because a lot of our listeners are wedding filmmakers or people looking to get into filming weddings. So I want to make sure to touch on that as well.
Totally.
It's very similar, but how do we chat with a wedding, with a bride that reaches out to us?
Yeah. So that's always a really important call, because honestly, people see our work. They've already done their research. They probably jumped on our Instagram, saw us be crazy or foolish on our stories, being kind of goofy. It's just our, it's just us. It's who we are. And some people are attracted to that. Some people aren't. But by the time we get the phone call, it's usually like, hey, I saw this wedding film and we just loved it. And we would love to hire you guys. And mostly they're calling, one, obviously to find out pricing, and two, if we're available. But a lot of times through our website and process, we try to make the process as simple as possible. But the initial phone call, Austin and I both try to really be present for these phone calls, because we want the bride to meet both of us. And we just ask, how did you meet your groom to be? How did you meet your bride to be? And just really dive into their world. Where did you guys propose? We always ask hey, how'd you do it, man? Because it's just fun to hear either the really simple, kind of quirky, cute way they did it, or this elaborate, crazy story. Yep. It really gives you an idea of what kind of couple they are. Oh, they're really, really simple. That's awesome. They're going to have a really simple wedding and they like simple things. And, or they're really elaborate and big and he did this huge scavenger hunt all over the state of Nebraska, some crazy stuff. But you really just dive into how they met, how they got engaged, and get as much information as upfront from them as possible, because then as you're about to give your spiel of who we are, we kind of have an idea of how to talk to them and how to build that relationship, and really crack jokes with them and laugh with them and get to know them. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to break the ice with the groom. Because it's typically the bride that's most excited about it. Not every case. We've had a couple that the groom is equally pumped, and we love that.
That's so much fun.
We love it when a groom is pumped about marrying his wife.
Yeah.
And they all are, but it's usually the bride that gets in contact with us. So asking some of those questions early on helps break the ice with the groom. How'd you do it? That's a great way to just build rapport with the groom and show the couple that you care about their story. Yeah. And it's not... Again, it just goes back to, we don't make every wedding film the same. We make every wedding film the way that the couple is as a couple. And so the more you can learn about their personality, their interests, their hobbies, ultimately it's going to help you put out a better product. Yep. It's going to benefit your business in the long run.
Yep.
And that's a lot of, I feel like, what we talk about on the podcast is, if you just care a lot about your clients, and if you don't figure out a way to care a lot, because
Go somewhere else.
it's going to be a really rough road for you if you don't care about
Yep.
your clients, if you
Yeah.
don't care about your brides,
Yep.
their lives, why they're getting married, why they love each other, and why they're hiring you, why they're going to pay you thousands of dollars to shoot their wedding.
Yep.
It's a really big deal, and you should take it very seriously. And
Yep.
so asking questions is so important that we even send them a questionnaire 60
Yep.
days prior to the wedding.
Yep.
And that just really is to catch anything that we didn't already catch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you doing personalized vows? Are you doing a letter or a gift on your day of? What's your favorite genre of music? What's your favorite song? You know, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? Silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it just helps you understand the client and understand why. And I feel like that's really behind all of this. Is you're trying to discover your client's why, and that will help you be a better filmmaker. It'll help you be a better business owner, and it will help you retain clients. And those clients will surely refer you because they can tell that you care.
100%. Yeah, we've even, I think, after the initial phone call and asking tons of questions and sharing about a little bit about us, then sending out the questionnaire and getting all of that, we really feel dialed in going into the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we build our team up, you know, we'll be sending other people to these weddings. Well, we have a great idea of who they are and how we need to take care of them and respond to them. And so it's just good preparation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really important as we run this business that we get to know our clients and our brides and everyone that we come in contact with, because we care about them
Totally.
a lot. And so with that, all of those questions really lead to finally putting together their wedding film. And because of that, we have a great understanding of what kind of direction to go on, what kind of music, what kind of feel, how to color it, you know, what kind of effects, and all of those things. Really, it seems silly that those things would cross, but they really do. I remember so many times cutting a clip and being like, oh, I need to put this in here because I know that she will think it's funny.
Yep.
Because I remembered that she had said something during the day or during the call or whatever, or, oh, he always does that, or her laugh is so prevalent and so fun. I love her laugh. Well, I'm going to put her laugh in the film.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I want to make sure that we're always listening, retaining what they shared when we ask those questions that matter, and making sure that we do our best to create the best film that's going to fit their style, their vibe, their personality, because that's ultimately why we do this.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing I forgot to say earlier is when you're talking to clients or brides, either one, take notes.
Yeah.
We have a system that we keep track of all of our clients in, and anytime we're on a call, I'm taking notes. I'm writing down what they want, why they want it, what field they're going for, all of that stuff. But for now, I think that that pretty much wraps up this week's episode. Hopefully this has been helpful to you as you grow your business or as you interact with clients. I hope this gives you some insight on how we build relationship, build rapport, show our clients that we care, because at the end of the day, I think that's really the most important thing, is that you care a lot about your clients and about your brides, whatever that looks like in your business. But hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode. This is the Glory Boys podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, it would mean the world to us if you left us a rating. And if you're listening anywhere else, we seriously appreciate you taking the time to check this out.
Yeah, thank you.
If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications.
Ding.
We drop content every Wednesday, every Friday, sometimes bonus videos. Who knows? But we're so thankful that you're here. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.